Self-defense in emergencies can happen to anyone, and there's no guarantee that the justice system will be on your side. Gun owners should have coverage for the legal battle after your self-defense battle. And while you protect your family and property, U.S. Law Shield is here to defend you 24/7, 365 days a year with a comprehensive self-defense coverage at an affordable price. Bad guys don't take days off, and neither does our coverage. And guess what? Gun Owner Radio listeners, you can get a free T-shirt when you join. Just use promo code Gun Owners Radio at uslawshield.com. And if you're watching us on YouTube, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and tell as many people as you can. All right, Joe Germisi is going to talk about pencils failing his math exam.
Well, not my math exam, but a math exam.
It could be your math exam.
Well, that's what Michael was referring to there a few minutes ago that we missed. But what I was going to write about this week, I was going to talk about, I was going to revisit everyday carry belts again because I've discovered the Core Essentials belts now.
Yeah.
And I didn't have those when I wrote the last
Did you get
article.
one?
I've got 3 of them now, yeah.
I'm wearing one right now.
I only needed one to hold my pants.
So we switched over. Well, some of us have more needs, you know. But anyway, what I did yesterday, I was reading the Powerline blog because I always read that. It's one of the best places for conservative analysis, I guess. And every Saturday morning, they do the Week in Pictures. And one of the guys on the blog goes around and collects humorous pictures from the internet for that past week. And he had a picture on there that was, you see a little kid sitting in a classroom. And on the top of the picture, it says, "My teacher said guns kill people." And then at the bottom, it says, "I told my teacher my pencil failed my math exam." So I thought, that's funny. And I don't usually stick things up on our San Diego County Gun Owners Facebook page, aside from the blogs. But I thought, people would appreciate that. So I threw it up there. And that was Saturday morning, I think I did that. By this morning, just looking at the Facebook page, there was, I think it was just about 25,000 people reached, it said. There was over 500 shares. There was like almost 800 reactions to it. So I thought, well, there seems to be a lot of interest. Maybe I'll just expand on that a little bit. So that's what I'm writing about this time. And it's interesting because that one little picture states that argument just so clearly. Because the thing about guns kill people has been a staple of the gun control people for, 50 years?
Yep.
And it's absurd. It makes no sense at all. And unfortunately, we as gun owners didn't really challenge it vigorously enough, so we kind of let it go because that tends to be how we do things. It's like, I don't care. As long as you're not bothering me. And so it's become something that's ubiquitous. It's all over the place. Everybody, you hear this all the time. Guns kill people. So the next part to that then is we have to remove all the guns. All the guns have to go away, and that'll save everything. And this one little picture with this kid on there really nails that, I think, because the gun, it's just a tool. It's no different than a pencil passing a math exam. And because so many people found that humorous, I thought I'd talk about it for a little bit because it's such a neat thing because the people on the left, I want to say on the left, the people the anti-gun people, the ones that want you disarmed, the ones that want to control you, all that kind of stuff, they just seem to be such a humorless bunch of people. Here we put this little thing on there with this kid. I think I saw one comment on there that somebody said that's not funny. And it's hard to tell that person could have just been being sarcastic. I don't know if that person
might have been a math teacher.
Could have been. But it was nice to see all these people that had that kind of reaction to it. And because on the gun control side, the people that say that kind of stuff, they work on emotion and they work with misinformation and with ignorance, basically. People that aren't gun owners or they don't have family members that are gun owners, they don't understand what it really is. We were just talking about this at the range the other day. There's so much to this hobby is really what it is, the gun ownership. And there's certainly the self-defense part of it and everything. But there's so much more, and we were talking about, like for me, for instance, I shoot competitively, I reload. There's people that collect different kinds of firearms. There's people like with we were talking about the 80% guns last week and building your own. There's people that like to do that, and there's so many aspects to this hobby. And the gun control people just have no part of it is they don't know. Part of it is they don't want to know. They don't care. They'd rather put out the misinformation. And I think it's interesting to address this because our tendency is to address that with facts, because that's the reason the anti-gun people, I think, are based on emotion and ignorance and misinformation, is because if they try to base the argument on fact, you can't defend any of their positions with facts. The facts just don't support that stuff. We, on the other hand, tend to come out of it with facts, but that doesn't work real well when you're dealing with people that are coming from emotion. So I think that's why we talk past each other a lot with the two groups. But I think this humor was a good thing, and there's a lot to be concerned about in the country nowadays for Americans in general, I think, and gun owners in particular. But it was heartening to see all the interest on that little thing. It was good to see the humor, and I think we have a lot of hope for optimism. I think there's a lot of good things coming here. If you look at, I just saw the other day there were like 20 million background checks in the past year, which is outrageous. I guess it's been breaking records every month all through last year, and now so far every month this year. So the feeling around the country is certainly pro-Second Amendment and is certainly pro-guns, but you wouldn't know that from the media and the other stuff. So I think it was pretty optimistic here, and seeing that kind of reaction. And as we go into this, or as we celebrate here this weekend, because not like what the vice president said, enjoy the 3-day weekend. We're here remembering kind of the people who are no longer here with us that gave that sacrifice so that we can enjoy this country and we can enjoy our lives. And I think there's a lot to look forward to. I think Americans are waking up finally to this, and I think we're going to see a lot. I think we're going to see things improve quite a bit here over the next coming years, certainly in 2022 and 2024. So I think there's a lot to be thankful for here.
Yeah, I actually just had a little discussion with a friend, and they she owns a gun, wants to get more training, isn't really an advocate, isn't against, she's kind of, normal American, I guess, right? And she isn't quite sure about this and isn't quite sure about that. Generally is supportive, obviously. She has a firearm for protection. But she was saying, she sometimes gets caught when she's talking to people that are against the idea of gun ownership, when they say, well, gee, other countries don't have these mass shooting problems. Now, I explained to her, actually, they do. Actually, that does exist. The worst mass shootings in world history have not been in the United States. Most of them have been in other countries. But I moved past that and said, asked her the question, what does that matter? To your gun ownership, what does that matter? Why does that affect you owning a gun? And it kind of stopped her in her tracks a little bit. Again, this isn't someone who's against gun ownership. Mm-hmm. She was trying to understand. She was looking for more information. And I said, if what's the expectation that you give up your gun? How are you going to defend yourself? And how is that going to affect, mass shootings? And so I guess what I'm saying is they, like you said, they've kind of set the context. They've decided the narrative, and now you have to live within that box. No.
Well, and that's
get out of that box.
And that's the emotional misinformation part of it. And
right.
That's what they do there. I just talked to a friend of mine yesterday, a guy I went in the Navy with we've known each other since we were kids. And he was telling me, I called him because it's Memorial Day just to say hello. I try to call those guys every year. Nice. And, he was telling me he just bought a handgun. And, you think it's bad out here. And in New Jersey, he had to apply for a permit just to purchase the handgun. He had to get 2 sponsors. He had to find sponsors to sponsor him to buy these 2 handguns. And he's got 90 days to buy 2 handguns. And then he has to reapply again if he wanted to buy more. But he was he's somebody that had no interest in guns when we were growing up. I don't even think he hunted. Mm-hmm. And it's just, lately he decided, no, it's time, I need to buy one. And he was actually the second friend I talked to back there that was the same way. So, I think that's pretty much happening all around the country. So I think there's reason to be pretty optimistic here. It's just, we just have to work through it.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.